Okay, we are continuing with multiplying fractions, cross-canceling to make it a little easier for yourself. These are numbers that are already created as mixed or improper, they are improper fractions. They are no longer mixed numbers. And what that means is that this technically is an improper fraction because the numerator is bigger than the denominator, so it's already created for us. What we're going to do is we are going to look at these numbers and try to decide if they have something in common, if they have a count by number. I would try 4 first, and I would do like 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and I would notice that that doesn't work. So I'm going to have to go with a smaller number, which is 2. And yes, they are both divisible by 2. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite that. So 22 divided by 2 is 11, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. What I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. What I do to the numerator, I have to do to the denominator. So now I'm looking at these two numbers, and my first thought is, yes, they are definitely count by 5s because they end in 5 or 0. But then my next question is, could I count by 15 and get to 45? So let's see, 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 15 again is 45. So yeah, this one I can actually divide by the actual 15 because I want to get the factor that is the biggest factor away. 15 divided by 15 is 1, so look at that. That is so much easier to multiply by. 45 divided by 15, well, I did 1, 2, 3, so that would be 3. And now I just multiply easy peasy across the top and across the bottom. So 11 times 3 is 33 over 2. Now I can't leave that like that because that's an improper fraction and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to put 33, my numerator, underneath the radicand. I don't know what that's called. I don't think it's radicand, but under the lines. And divide it by 2. So 2 goes into 3 one time. So I bring that and I subtract, and I have 12. Nope, I have 13. And it gets close, so 6 times 12, so I have a remainder of 1. And that 1 will then be left over top of the 2. Now again, the reason why we're doing this is because we need to make sure that we can do our 7th grade standards, and so if I make this one a negative and it brings this one down to a negative, that changes my answer to a negative. I want to make sure that you know how to do the math part of it so that when you add those extra steps like positives and negatives, you know how to respond to it. So in this case, our answer is 16 1/2. Okay, over here, I'm going to do the same thing and look for what they have in common. These two both have a 3 in common. So I'm going to divide them both by 3. This one will become 1. This one will become 2. These two, I need to do some count bys. So I'm going to do 35 is divisible by 7. That makes 28 divisible by 7. So I'm pulling 7 out of both of them. If you're a student that still struggles with your count bys, it's something we've got to continue to work on with our daily daily review. Do your multiplication, do your division, and make sure that you're where you need to be. So 28 divided by 7 is 4. 35 divided by 7 is 5. So I'm going to rewrite this because my brain just can't process. 1/4 times 5 halves equals 5 over 8. And I do not have to simplify that one, so that one's good to go. Okay, let's do number 7 since we're here. These guys both have a 2 in common, so divided by 2, divided by 2. This one becomes 1, this one becomes 6. Circle it. These two, well, it has a 7, so divided by 7, divided by 7. So this is a 1, this is a 5. Those are done. I'm going to multiply across the top and across the bottom. 5 over 6 is the final answer.